Anne Frank's The Diary of a Young Girl is among the most enduring documents of the 20th century. Since its publication in 1947, it has been read by tens of millions of people all over the world. It remains a beloved and deeply admired testament to the indestructible nature of the human spirit.
Anne Frank was born in Frankfurt, Germany on June 12, 1929. Her father, Otto Franks, was a businessman. Edith stayed home taking care of Anne and her older sister, Margot. Anne was an outgoing and spirited child. She got into more trouble than her quiet and serious older sister. Anne was like her father, who liked to tell the girls stories and play games with them, while Margaret was more like her shy mother. Growing up, Anne had lots of friends. Her family was Jewish and followed some of the Jewish holidays and customs. Anne liked to read and dream about being a writer someday. Life changed for Anne when Adolf Hitler became the leader of Germany. He was the leader of the Nazi political party. Hitler did not like Jewish people. He blamed them for many of Germany's problems. Many Jewish people began to flee from Germany. Otto Frank decided his family should leave too. In 1934, they moved to the city of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Anne was only 4 years old. Before long, Anne had made new friends, was speaking Dutch, and was going to a school in a new country. Anne and her family felt safe once again. In 1939, Germany invaded Poland and World War II had begun. Germany had already taken over Austria and Czechoslovakia. Otto wondered if Germany would invade the Netherlands too. He considered moving again, but decided to stay. On May 10, 1940, Germany invaded the Netherlands. The Franks did not have time to escape. Jews had to register with Germany. They weren't allowed to own businesses, have jobs, go to the movies, or even sit on the benches at the park. Otto Frank had to turn his business over to some non-Jewish friends. In the midst of all of this, the Franks tried to go on as normal. Anne had her 13th birthday. One of her presents was the Red Journal, which is how we know Anne's story today. The Germans began to require all Jewish people to wear yellow stars on their clothing. Some Jews were rounded up and taken to concentration camps. Then one day, the order came for Margaret would have to go to a labor camp. Otto was not going to let this happen. He and Edith had been preparing a place for the family to hide. Otto had prepared a secret hideout next to his place of work. The door was hidden behind some bookshelves. They had to wear all their clothing in layers because suitcases would have looked too suspicious. Then they went to their hiding place. The hideout was small. The first floor had a bathroom and a small kitchen. The second floor had 2 rooms, one for Anne and Margaret, and one for her parents. There was also an attic where they stored food and where Anne would sometimes go to be alone. Some more people moved in with the Franks. They needed a place too. The Van Peel family joined just a week later. Then Mr. Prefer moved in. He ended up rooming with Anne, and Margaret moved to her parents' room. Anne and her family had been hiding for nearly 2 years. They had heard the war was coming to an end. It looked like the Germany was going to lose. They were starting to have hope that they would soon be free. However, on August 4, 1944, the Germans stormed into the Frank hideout. They took everyone captive and sent them to concentration camps. The men and the women were separated. Eventually, the girls were separated and sent to a camp. Both Anne and her sister died of the disease typhoid on March of 1945, only a month before the Allied soldiers arrived at the camp. The only family member to survive the camps was Anne's father, Otto Frank. He returned to Amsterdam and found Anne's diary. Her diary was published in 1947 under the name The Secret Annex. Later it was renamed Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl. It became a popular book read throughout the world.